Hello, everyone. Welcome back to DSP versus the Internet, episode 56 for March 17th, 2024. This is part 5 of 6. Hope you guys are enjoying the show so far. Good variety of stuff today. Getting gas in good in the hood versus the suburbs. I read that completely wrong. Getting gas in the hood versus the suburbs. Well, we'll see what this is. And we are in the submissions tier playlist, meaning everyone who is a submissions tier member of the channel submitted clips for this week. And we had over 30 of them, and we're just watching them in random order. So let's see what's next here on the show. I have no idea what this will be. Is it a comedy skit? Buc-ease? What the hell's Buc-ease? Never heard of it. So it's the same guy playing two different characters, I guess. Based in Texas, Buc-ease. Oh, I've never heard of it. I don't get it. It's supposed to be funny or something? I'm very confused.
Damn. All this bullshit just to go inside, man.
Is anyone laughing yet? Like, I understand what he's saying. Oh, in one place, it's safer. So you could just sit there and relax. And the other one, you know, if you want to go inside the store, you have to, like, put security devices on your car so it doesn't get jacked. Is that funny? No, it's not funny. Next video.
Listen, I had a teacher. She was a mentor to me. Her name was Miss Fuller. I'll never forget her. After school, I always stayed with her. We cannot do this now. Even as basketball coaches, I do not have my kids' phone numbers. They are in Remind, which is the school appointed app that we use to communicate with students. Because even though I'm your coach and we do have a relationship outside of school because of sports, because I have to take you as a team to different sports, we cannot be with kids outside of school. And my teacher, I remember I would clean her classroom at the end of the day, and then I would leave with her. We would either go get something to eat, or she would take me to get clothes or something, because my family, like, we were really poor and we needed help. And she knew that I had, like, other siblings. We would leave and we'd go get some stuff for me and my siblings, and then she would take me home. You cannot do that today. I understand the legality and the way that the world is today, that we just cannot do that. But when I was a kid, it meant so much to me that I had this person that I was able to connect to. She knew my situation at home, and it kind of buffered my hard times.
I mean, so I guess to talk about that, right? I mean, it's kind of sad that in today's world, because so much awful stuff, you know, has happened, that we can't have that kind of mentor relationship anymore, right? Kids and teachers. You know, I do feel like in the past, maybe teachers had more of a personal connection with the students, and now that just doesn't exist anymore, right? Like, when I was in high school, there was a teacher. He was our, like, all the high-end math. And I forget what exactly the classes were, but, like, I had AP math classes, advanced placement math classes. And he would take some of the students out of the class who were, like, some of the best students, and he would actually take us out to a restaurant. We went to a restaurant. It was the first time I ever ate, like, lobster. because we went to this restaurant that had lobster, and he had ordered different kinds of things, and one of them was lobster, and it was the first time I ever tasted it, because my parents weren't going to buy lobster. We didn't have money to go to a seafood restaurant and buy lobster. We never would do that. So that was the first time I ever tasted lobster ever. And I actually remember to this day, we go to the restaurant, and the restaurant, they have tea, and I ordered a tea because my mom likes hot tea, so I always drank tea. So I got a tea, and I put both creamer and lemon into the tea, which you can't do. It curdles. You curdle your creamer if you put citrus in with creamer. You're not supposed to do both. You do one or the other. But I was ignorant. I didn't know that as a kid, because as a kid, we didn't even have lemon in the house. All we had was creamer. So I didn't know lemon and creamer would curdle. So I did it, and the teacher looked at it. He goes, "Oh, you didn't know that?" He's like, "What, don't you ever have tea out?" I was like, "No. I never even had an option for lemon in my tea." So I embarrassed myself at this dinner, But that's what I mean. Like back then in the 90s, yeah, you could I think certain teachers would reward their top students with things like that and have a more personal mentor relationship with the students, as opposed to today, that's not allowed because there's so many instances of misuse of that relationship, right? I mean, let's be honest. How many horror stories you hear about kids, getting mistreated by adults, and it's like, well, geez, you're not going to trust that anymore. But it is kind of sad because take a look at that woman's situation. So she's a basketball coach today, and she probably is, nice to her students, treats her students well, but she can't have that personal mentor relationship. Who's to say that if she didn't have that mentor as a kid to inspire her to be a leader for kids, that she would have become a basketball coach? Maybe she wouldn't have. Maybe if she didn't have that person in her life who was a nice person to be nice to her and show her kindness and show her, here's a way to behave, pay it forward, be nice to people who need help, maybe she wouldn't have ever been a basketball coach, right? Maybe she would never even have been inspired. And that's sad that in today's world, we have to be so apprehensive about people and how they act and what they're going to do around your kids and shit. You've lost that whole thing, I don't know. It's sad to think about that, because for every, so, well, maybe we should just have that trust. But then you're going to hear the horror story of the teacher that misused that trust and did awful things to the kids. It's like, oh God, right? So I don't know. Where's the happy medium there? I don't know. Huh. Yikes. Anyway, let's continue.
All right, we got the bank all to ourselves
Speedrunners from the NPC's perspective. Okay.
tonight. Boss said he'd be sending over some help.
We've seen this guy before. We've seen this channel before, right?
He was concerning punctual, whatever the heck that means. Sweet mother, man. Where the hell did you come from? Hey, wrong way, buddy. What's he doing? Where's he going? Hey, equipment's over there. Where you going? Where did you get that box from? What are you gonna do with the box? Holy Jesus. What the heck? Jesus Christ. Where you go?
He T-poses through the wall.
I just heard something.
Now that I know that I can trust you, I have a very important job for you. Vinny Two Squeaks has been siphoning money from me. I need you to track him down, find out where he is.
There it is.
You did well, but now the difficult part will be finding just where he put all that money that he stole. You've proven your loyalty both to me and to my family. You deserve the spot as my number 2 in the organization.
There's the number 1.
With you as my new number 1, nothing will stand in our way as we...
Hey, boss, you need something? What the hell?
What the f...
A lot of the games have those kind of glitches, right? Where you have to do some weird thing and then it'll screw the model over, and then all of a sudden it's passing through walls and cheating. That's how the speedrunners, they find some really interesting exploits in games.
Flip,
That's pretty
remember
good.
yesterday how you were mad when you couldn't get in the game?
Yeah.
You were mad at that screen that wouldn't let you in the game, right?
Yeah, they fixed that.
I could get in?
Well, no, now you can't get to that screen.
Flop, I made it to the second.
Actually?
I made it to the second queue.
You did?
Oh my god, I'm at the service at capacity queue.
That's still not in.
Oh, but it's past the black screen.
Ben has been on that screen for like 2 hours.
I'm on the second queue.
Dang, these graphics is good.
I know, it looks crazy.
I just set all the ship's clocks back an hour for freedom savings time.
This guy looks weird as fuck, man. This graphics isn't good as.
So I guess this is Video Game Donkey covering Helldivers 2. And he's going to showcase all different things about the game, including how that launch weekend no one could play it because they didn't anticipate that many players.
The cutscene.
The face. I said it was worse. They look like
Man.
Lego or like.
It look like a motherfucker.
All right, where do you want to land? We can land anywhere.
Let's go Tilted Towers.
Try to dive into me.
Whoa, this game is good. If you ever get hurt, dive to heal.
Oh.
It hurts actually. When we get really good, we'll do like this. We'll swap sides and we'll cover each other's back.
Whoa.
We'll be like,
Terminator! Actually, let's go to this one. This one's closer.
He's flopping around.
Oh!
Ben, come on.
Oh god,
That
it is like
wasn't
you're fighting
me.
Terminators. Look
Wait,
at
don't
that.
stand there.
Why not?
Oh!
I'm dead. You gotta bring me
Okay.
back.
All right, come back. I'm bringing you back. I'm gonna hit them first.
Wait, I'm still alive
Over
actually.
there?
All right, I got 3 seconds to get out of here.
Yeah, I think you're good. I think you still have time.
All right, objective complete.
Oh,
We did
ew, it
it.
was like gory. His
Next
body's
time
all
we
chopped
do it.
apart. Ew.
I'm bringing you back with more
This
weapons.
is the first
hit-
time I've seen gameplay of this game. I've never seen it before, so.
I hit 4. And I threw a
I
grenade
died.
at you.
I got killed by unknown. Who's unknown, Jason?
It was me.
It was
Look who
Flip.
it is.
Money, I'm out of money and
I
I,
healed you,
have
I
no
healed you.
guns. I have no.
I'm going to the ocean.
We're,
Okay, never
we're
mind.
leaving the combat zone. Flop, get on, help.
I'm not even in the game. Wait, there's vampires?
Oh,
Area secure.
oh, you had grenades. Damn.
And I got a big machine gun too.
And they're so-
Watch me
It's interesting. I thought it was all bugs, and it's not. It's robots, right? Like killer robots. I didn't even know that.
clear out all these guys. I'm taking them all out. You think I give a fuck about this game, Ben? You think I
gotta
give a
salute that.
fuck about Helldivers? I beat the first
Hey,
game.
I
I'm
gotta
the
salute
only-
that.
Me and Fluffy are the only 2 people on this planet that played the first one. It fucking sucked. And I'll stand right here till the last second, and I don't give a fuck.
Oh, damn.
Now,
I'm
how
gonna
do you
dive
do the
through
dive?
it.
How do you dive?
Alt.
You gotta go to hell. Hold on.
Go! Oh!
Oh, that was too early.
Oh my God, Jason, you're dead.
No, watch. Watch.
You're
The
dead.
orbital strike kills
Oh my
them
God,
all.
wait, it will. It really will.
Boom! It fucking missed.
It
all
missed.
of them.
It totally
Fucking
missed.
Shit. Flop refund quick.
You're gonna run into a mine. Watch out.
No, I'm not. I've never run into one before. I missed it.
Scared me.
Motherfucking.
Do I get in?
Why are you trying to play?
Yeah,
Don't
I think
get in.
the best thing about the game is the graphics. Like it's okay. It's a co-op shooter. It doesn't seem anything revolutionary. Let's fast forward a bit. It's like I'm not blown away by it or anything. The
Actually,
graphics are pretty good.
Oh.
Okay. I
I
mean,
waited 3 hours for this.
Flop, if you die here, like you lose all of my respect. Oh, you already did.
You can pick up people's dead weapons as ammo, by the way. It's something I just learned. Oh, you can pick up other people's guns that still have ammo in them.
Ben, you had that realization like fucking 10 minutes
I know,
Okay.
but I thought it was.
Wait, you have to queue for the actual game?
Oh yeah, we'll see. Yeah. Okay, so Dane, it's looking like maybe July.
Oh,
killed by
I
a
got kicked out
freaking
again.
mine.
Oh, that happens a lot. Don't worry.
Not to me ever.
This is like all robots. Where's the bugs? Where the hell are the bugs? Looks like when they played, all they fought were robots.
Grenade.
Oh, here's some
Watch out.
bugs.
Where? I'm good with that.
Oh,
I
and
don't think I did.
died to something.
Oh wait, I'm coming back.
You're our last hope.
He died instantly.
God. Oh my God.
Died
Oh my
instantly.
God. Oh, I get. Okay. We just have to turn off. I think we got. No. We literally do. Literally, we do.
No. My gun will kill them all.
You're gonna.
What happened? Calling in an orbital nuke. It kills everyone.
There's no upside to it.
Why would you call it in then?
Oh, what the hell is this now? I have to play a video game.
I'm still,
Yo,
oh
Jason,
god,
do
oh
you
no.
Do you see what I'm doing right now, Jason? You're making this so difficult for me.
He's surrounding him with shit.
Oh my god.
Oh my
You
god.
survived so many. I thought you would just never die. Oh.
Oh. Looks okay. Again, this looks like the kind of game that if you're gonna team up with a bunch of friends, okay, and you're gonna dick around like they're doing or whatever, then it's fun. I don't see this as a game that you're playing with random people you don't know on the internet and you're teaming up, but you're somehow coherently playing the game. It seems like you need to like coordinate, right? Which means you need mics and everything. It just doesn't seem the kind of game that would be anything that would be enjoyable for me, because it's not the style of game that I play. I don't play co-op games. You guys don't like when I play co-op games because you prefer that I talk with you during the stream rather than focus on the co-op partners. So I don't think it would work. And it's okay that not every major game is something that I'm going to play and enjoy, because not every game is for me, right? I barely play any puzzle games. If there was like a top game of the year puzzle game, I probably also wouldn't play it, you know? And that's okay. So I don't know. Looks okay to me. Graphics are probably the best part, in my opinion. I think the graphics are nice and smooth. But outside of that, you know, don't know. Maybe if you play with a game we play with friends, that's about it.
Somebody once told me that I could make some money by bullying some people online. So I grew a numb goatee and put on a stupid beanie and started making up some taglines. So I'm making death threats and I'm calling people. I'm not cash for my channel's grown big and never you my bad. I was already banned from my racist, homophobic, hate speech friends. Found a loophole, now it's my goal to voice in the online punch bowl. You never know who I might touch, so y'all can suck on my cocks. Hey now, you're a keen star, get your hat on, MLG. Hey now, you're a keen star, get your social pathology. All we cannot personal attacks and harassment is totally new.
I couldn't hear any of the chorus. The chorus was screwed up. I couldn't hear it. The music was too loud, but I mean, do I even have to say anything about that? I didn't make it. I didn't say it. On to the next. Oh god, I know who this is. So this used to be a huge thing like over a decade ago. Yeah. When I was going to conventions with like Rambo and OJ and stuff like that, this was a meme at the time, and I remember one convention we just kept referencing it over and over because we'd all seen the video. This guy, Sexy Sax Man, he actually is a good saxophone player, but basically he acts like a star, and he jumps around and like plays the saxophone in weird places. He's very memeable. I'm curious which video this is. I don't know if I've seen this one before or not. But I mean, this is George Michael. Let's see here. Here we go. Okay. He just like jumps on shit and starts playing the saxophone. His name of the song is what? Careless Whisper, George Michael song. Just ignoring him. Fucking nut.
You don't like George Michael? He doesn't like George Michael! He doesn't like George Michael! Boo! It's okay, he's with Sexy Sax Man Saxograms.com and Tina, our friend Tina over there. We're authorized, yeah. Who ordered it? Who ordered the saxogram? Don't play it again. Play it again? Okay, we're leaving. Hey, play that George Michael song real quick.
So basically the way it works, the laws in the United States is you're welcome in an open public shopping area like this, but basically if you annoy people enough, the owner of the property has the right to request that you leave And if you don't, it's considered criminal trespassing, and then you can get arrested and then removed from the property forcefully. So, first he's doing it, it's all right, but if he's been warned to stop doing it and he keeps doing it, then he can be arrested for it. He's not breaking the law at first, but if you're requested by the owner of private property to stop doing something and you keep doing it, then you can be arrested for it. So, he's okay as long as now that he's been asked to leave if he leaves. Sir, you need to go outside. Oh, up here? Biology class. So stupid. And so there's tons of videos like this. You could go find, like, look, 44 million views. He got popular on YouTube at the time for doing this stuff. It's harmless. It's stupid. At least it's not harmful pranks. It's just stupid pranks. Anyway, it's entertaining to watch him do stupid shit like that. Okay. Oh boy, a Joe Rogan podcast. We totally haven't seen anything Joe Rogan related yet, have we? Well, this is short. This is a minute 44 seconds. I guess see what this is.
How Joey Diaz will get mad about ketchup, because
everybody wants to
come up with this fucking Heinz ketchup
or ranch. Have you ever heard him talk about ranch?
Oh, I fucking hate ranch. I don't know how the fuck people could eat that shit. I don't know how people could eat ranch. Like when I go to a place and I say, you have wings, and they say it comes with ranch, I get up and leave, even if I don't get the wings. Because if you're going to serve wings with ranch, I don't want to do business with you. I don't want to do business with you. I'm very easy. I'm very fucking easy.
So
if you fuck up pork fried rice, what do we got to talk about?
Wings must be done with blue cheese?
Blue cheese, yeah, like the way they invented in Buffalo, New York. If you're going to do something original, do it original. You're going to show up with that ranch that smells like somebody.
Is that why they called it Buffalo Wings? Because they were invented in Buffalo, New York, and it's a special hot sauce that was invented in Buffalo, and then they just turned it into a worldwide thing, buffalo sauce. I never even thought about that. That makes it has nothing to do with the animal buffalo. It must be where it came from, Buffalo, New York. And then you take the buffalo wing and you put it in blue cheese. Yeah, okay.
His ass. You ever smell
They're
fucking
saying
ranch?
that ranch is starting to replace ketchup.
Yeah, that's good. If you're a fucking hillbilly and you want to taste the ass in your mouth all fucking day. I hate that fucking ranch shit. Don't put it close to me. Don't put it around me. It's either blue cheese with wings or
Oh, guess
fucking
what?
mother.
Detected and claimed. This video has been detected and claimed. The audio. It has to be the audio because this is a hand-drawn animation, and it still got claimed. Wow. Is that this might be the last in the playlist? Let me look. Oh, no, it's not. Master Chief teaches you how to beat your porn addiction. We'll probably watch this for like 10 seconds. Let's see what this is.
Listen up, soldier.
What's wrong with his
I
voice?
faced down countless threats, but the hardest battles are often the ones fought within ourselves. That's the kind of battle you're facing now. But remember,
The voice sounds way too gravelly to me. Like it's over gravelly to be the real Master Chief.
I believe in you, and you should believe in yourself too. Pornography addiction is a foe like any other.
True.
It's stealthy, manipulative, and it can feel.
It's stealthy? I don't think I've ever heard anyone's call pornography or pornography addiction as stealthy. That's the first time I've heard it described. It just sneaks up on you. You never know when it's going to happen. What? Okay, I think we've seen enough of this one. Dealing with stress. Okay. It's the pornography addiction, the silent killer. Exactly. You never know when it's going to just come out of nowhere and bite you. Right? Oh my God. Anyway. Is it healthy or dangerous? Oh, is this a priest? A priest is going to talk about stress? That's interesting. Okay.
And this is Ascension Presents. Imagine you're probably stressed at some point in your life, maybe even right now, because you should be doing your work, but you're watching a YouTube video. So busted. But a lot of us experience stress. In fact, when they ask across the country, country being the United States, although thanks for watching from other places than the United States, people report high levels of stress. And it's interesting because when you start diving into research about stress, something you find is that there is such a thing as eustress and such a thing as distress. So eustress is the good stress, right? It's the anxiety or the anxiousness we feel before we are going to perform. It's the eustress, the good stress we experience that actually gets our body prepared to act, right? So it's eustress is the kind of stress that prepares our bodies for action. But there's distress. And one of the things that distress does is distress can paralyze us. It does the opposite of eustress or good stress.
Yeah, the guy has a huge mouth. And so because of that, he's a very unique face. It reminds me of like Willem Dafoe. Or some people in chat are saying like the Joker. Yeah, his mouth is like huge, right?
Distress makes us feel incapable of moving. It makes us feel paralyzed. It makes us feel afraid and anxious to the point where we don't move. Instead of, I'm anxious, so I need to move. Eustress. Distress is the kind that paralyzes us. And I imagine that the distress is the one that we complain about, because eustress is not so bad. That's why it's called good stress, because it's good. But I think a lot of times we approach all stress as the same. And our approach to stress is, I just need to get done with this project, get done with this thing, get past this moment, and then I won't be stressed so much. I think about that a lot, because oftentimes, just confession here, I'm often concerned about the next thing. I'm often concerned about what's the next project, what's the next task, what's the next thing that's really weighing on me, that when I look at it, I have the distress, right? So I find myself getting paralyzed in the face of it. And so once I get done with that, though, then I'll be fine. Once I get done with this thing, I'll be able to move on with life. And there's something about that I've been praying about a lot and thinking about a lot. And the conclusion I came to, the realization that I kind of came upon, was that life isn't about avoiding stress. Stress is just a part of life. The life isn't about avoiding stress. It's not about getting around stress. It's about like, no, this is life. To experience stress is to experience life. In fact, we need stress to continue to live. There was this research, was it Stanford, I think? Maybe one of those big schools, Harvard, Stanford, but I think it was Stanford that did this research on very, very simple-celled organisms, single-celled organisms, and they put it in a place of stasis, right? A place where, or homeostasis, where there was no stress whatsoever on the organism, on the simple organism. And with absolutely no stress, with all the environments that it needed just to simply be in stasis, to be just alive and comfortable, essentially, they died, they corrupted, they were destroyed ultimately because they needed stress to be alive. And you and I need stress to be alive and to remain alive.
Yeah, well, do you think that anyone in life who's a great leader has never been through stress? Of course not. Anyone who's in a position of power or management or command probably is well equipped for that job because they've been put through so much stress that they know how to handle that stress properly and act properly in the face of it, right? If you're completely ignorant to being in a situation where there's stress or risk or anything, obviously you're not going to know how to handle it in life. You know what they say is, the more you go through something, then not to say that you get desensitized to it, but you know how to handle it better, right? Like a lot of people ask me, they say, your life must be really stressful because so many people on the internet constantly rag on everything you do. They microanalyze every word out of your mouth. They spin everything you say into a negative and say horrible things about you constantly. And must that be stressful? Well, at first it was. When I started with this happening to me over 10 years ago, with This Is How You Don't Play, and then it snowballing into other attacks against me and my family, yeah, that was incredibly stressful. But after a while, you start to realize what things in life are worth stressing about and what things are not, right? And for me, overall, when I realize it doesn't matter how many people on the internet are ignorant and or stupid and don't like you, because it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really affect the real life existence of what you do day to day, right? And as long as you you persevere through that level of initial stress, and you just kind of get into a routine of how you're going to present yourself and how you're going to still continue to persevere and work and do things in your life that are meaningful, and you don't focus on the bad actors and the outsiders, you focus on the things in life that are more important, right? So that's how you get through it. And yeah, is my life stressful? Of course it is. And there's different kinds of stress. Like he says, there's the stress of feeling like what's going to happen today, or what's going to happen in a certain situation, or what's going to happen today, on the internet with the nonsense today. For the most part, I've just completely tuned out all of those factors of the, what outsiders are saying. If something happens in my content or whatever, that's one thing. But if any of the things happening outside of this, I don't care about anymore. I've just tuned out of it. I think a lot of people in life, they go through life caring too much about what other people say, and it causes them a lot of stress because of that. Oh, did you hear what this person's saying about me, or this or that? And maybe that's just not that important, right? But if you have no stress in your life, right? I mean, who really realistically would have no stress in their life? Either someone who's like born into a wealthy family that's super rich and you don't have to worry about nothing. You don't have to work, silver spoon in your mouth kind of a situation, and you fail up. And, or you know what? Oh, affluenza. Remember that? Remember the court case of the kid who basically drove erratically and he ended up killing a bunch of people. And when they went to trial for it, they said that he had a case of affluenza, that he should not be held responsible for his actions because his entire life, he's never been in a situation where he's had any kind of responsibility. So how could you expect that he would be responsible behind the wheel? And it's like, what? So literally everything he does in his life never feels a piece of stress because he doesn't feel like there will ever be any kind of negative repercussion for anything, right? I mean, it's crazy to think that there's some people who might go through life like that. In that case, he didn't die like the organism he's talking about. He continued to exist and hurt other people around him because he just had no conscious thought of anything important. He's just a fucking, I don't even know what you would call a person like that, right? But in my opinion, stress can be healthy and it can be dangerous. It's healthy if you take it in moderate doses and then you learn how to handle it and you learn how to be resilient in its face, and you learn how to better temper yourself for other things that will happen in your life coming up, other challenges and things. If you never have any stress, you won't know how to handle it when it finally hits you, and that's obviously a bad thing. How many people maybe are coddled through their early life, and then when they become adults, they don't know how to handle stress because they never had to when they were younger because their parents coddled them too much, and now they just break apart and fall apart, right? At the same time, yes, excessive stress can be incredibly dangerous. If you're just constantly surrounded by stressful things, or if you can't find a way to unplug from stress, it could result in bad health in many different ways, both mental and physical, right? It's not just about the fact that, how you handle the stress, but how much of it you have to handle. If your entire life, everything you're doing is stressful around you, how are you going to get through life? You could have a mental breakdown. You could have actual heart problems and things, right? Blood pressure problems and things from stress. It could affect so many things. And I think it's a challenge for people to be able to handle it. For me, for a long time, I felt like I was on edge. Like I was always on edge, and everything at every moment is stressful and anything could go wrong. And then after a while, I just realized you just got to lean back. You just got to take that deep breath and be like, life ain't going to be perfect. You just got to handle that stress as best you can and focus on the positive things you have. Because the positive things in your life usually don't cause you stress, they cause you happiness. And if you're focused on the things that make you happy, obviously you're going to reduce the amount you're thinking about the things that don't, right? And that's something that I've learned over time. You must appreciate the good things you have. Don't always stress about the things going wrong or the things you don't have. Focus on the positive things you have in your life and be appreciative of them. And then you can negate the level of stress that you have so that it's not dangerous anymore. That's my take anyway, because that's how I handle it. A lot of people say, how do you handle all that stress? That's how. I focus on the good things, not the bad. Okay, interesting video. All right, guys, we got one more part left in DSP versus the internet for this week. I'll see you for it in just a moment.